Be me, 38, own a construction company. Started from nothing 15 years ago. One truck, some tools, a dream. Built it into successful business, $8 million net worth. Residential construction, custom homes, renovations. Employ 20 guys, solid operation. Not rich, but comfortable, work my ass off for it. Met my fiancée 10 years ago. I was 28, she was 26. I just bought my second truck. Business was growing, but still small. She's a marketing manager, makes $85,000 at a tech company. We met at a friend's barbecue, hit it off immediately. Started dating, fell in love, moved in together after a year. Those early years were tough financially for me. Growing the business, reinvesting everything. Living lean, driving old trucks, skipping vacations. She was supportive, never complained. We talk about the future, building something together. 2020 hit, construction boomed during pandemic. Everyone wanted home renovations, additions, outdoor spaces. My business exploded, went from $800,000 revenue to $3 million in 2 years. Hired more guys, bought equipment, expanded. By 2024, I'm doing $6 million annual revenue, personally worth about $8 million. Business equity, real estate, savings, retirement accounts. All built over 15 years of grinding. Last year I proposed, she said yes. We've been together a decade. Feels like the right time. Start planning the wedding. She's super into it. Wants big ceremony, 200 guests, nice venue. I'm fine with it, can afford it, let's celebrate. Book a venue in wine country, $120,000 all in. Venue, catering, band, photographer, flowers, everything. Wedding set for this weekend, Saturday afternoon. Guests flying in from all over, families excited. A month ago, I bring up the prenup. She knows I have assets, we've talked about finances. I say, should probably get a prenup, protect the business. She's hesitant. Prenups are unromantic. Me, it's just protection, standard for business owners. She agrees reluctantly. We hire a lawyer. My lawyer drafts something fair. Business stays mine, acquired before marriage. Future earnings during marriage are split. If we divorce, she's not entitled to business equity I already built. But anything we build together during marriage is shared. Seems reasonable to me. Protects what I built, shares future. She reviews it with her own lawyer. Comes back. I'm not signing this. Me, what's wrong with it? It's not fair. I've supported you for 10 years. Me? You have, and I appreciate that. But you didn't build the business I did. I was there emotionally. That's worth something. Me? Of course it is, but not half my business. We argue about it for weeks. She's adamant she deserves 50% of everything. I'm adamant business stays mine. Finally, 3 weeks before wedding, she agrees to sign. Says, fine, I'll sign, but I'm not happy about it. I think it's settled. We move on with wedding planning. This week, wedding week, everything's in motion. Friday, day before wedding, final preparations. Her family flies in from Chicago. My family drives in from Northern California. Parents, siblings, cousins, everyone arriving. Rehearsal dinner Friday night goes great. Everyone's excited, emotional, happy. I'm thinking this is it. Tomorrow's the day. We go back to the hotel, separate rooms. Old tradition, don't see each other before ceremony. She texts me, can't wait to marry you tomorrow. I text back, love you, see you at the altar, sleep well, feeling good. Saturday morning, wedding day. Wake up around 9 a.m., feeling nervous but excited. Getting ready with my groomsmen. My brother, best man, is cracking jokes. Last day of freedom, man. We're laughing, having coffee, relaxed. 10:30 a.m., my phone rings. It's her, which is weird when not supposed to talk. Pick up. Hey, everything okay? Her voice is serious. We need to meet. Right now. Me what? We're not supposed to see each other. This is important. Meet me in the lobby in 10 minutes. I go down. She's there in sweats, hair not done yet. Looking stressed, holding a folder. Me, what's going on? Wedding's in 5 hours. I need you to sign something. Hands me the folder. It's a new prenup. I start reading, my stomach drops. This isn't the prenup we agreed to. This is completely different. She wants immediate 50% ownership of my business. Joint control of all bank accounts. If we divorce, she gets 50% of everything, plus guaranteed alimony of $15,000 monthly for life, plus the house, plus half my retirement. This isn't a prenup, it's a one-sided asset transfer. Me, what is this? This isn't what we agreed to. I had my lawyer revise it. This is what's fair given my contributions. Me, your contributions? You didn't build my business. I supported you emotionally for 10 years. That's worth half of everything you built. Me, we already agreed on the other prenup. I changed my mind, this is the new one. Me, I'm not signing this. Then there's no wedding. I stare at her. Can't believe this is happening. Me, you're serious? 5 hours before the ceremony. I've been thinking about this all week. The old prenup wasn't fair. This one is. Me, this gives you everything I worked for. We worked for, I was there the whole time. Me, you had a job, I built a business. These aren't the same thing. Sign it or I'm calling off the wedding. Me, guests are already traveling to the venue. Your family is here, my family is here. We spent $120,000 on this wedding. Then sign the prenup. Me, this is extortion. This is me knowing my worth. I'm not getting married without financial security. Me, you have financial security. You make $85,000. I want half of what we built together. Me, I built it before we even met. And I was there while you grew it. We're going in circles. I'm getting desperate. Me, can we talk about this after the wedding? No. Sign it now, or I'm leaving. Me, you're really going to cancel our wedding over this? You're the one choosing money over me. Me, I'm choosing not to be extorted. You have 10 minutes to decide. Sign this, or I call my parents and tell them it's off. She walks away, goes back to her room. I'm standing in the lobby, holding this prenup, completely blindsided. I call my dad, he's getting ready upstairs. Dad, what's wrong? Me, she just presented a new prenup. Wants 50% of my business, or she's canceling the wedding. Dad, 5 hours before the ceremony? Me? Yeah. Dad, what are you going to do? Me, I don't know. If I don't sign, this is a disaster. Everyone's here, venue's ready, $120,000 spent. Dad, son, if you sign that, you're giving away everything you built. Me, if I don't sign, we humiliate both families in front of 200 people. Dad, better humiliated than robbed. She's doing this now because she knows you're trapped. If she does this now, imagine what she'll do when you're married. He's right. I know he's right. But the thought of canceling terrifies me. I call my lawyer. Emergency Saturday morning call. Lawyer, do not sign that prenup. This is financial abuse. She's using the wedding as leverage. If you sign under duress, it might not even hold up, but you'll spend years fighting it in court. Me, what do I do? Lawyer, call off the wedding. Me, everyone's already here. Lawyer, better than giving away $4 million. I sit in the lobby for 20 minutes. Guests are starting to arrive at the hotel, seeing people I haven't seen in years. They're all excited, dressed up, ready to celebrate. And I'm about to blow it all up. But I can't sign that prenup. Giving her 50% of my business means she can force decisions. Can block sales, expansions, anything. And if we divorce, she walks with half of 15 years of work, while contributing nothing to building it. This isn't about love anymore. This is a business transaction, and she's trying to rob me. 11:45 a.m. I text her. I'm not signing. I can't do this. She calls immediately, screaming. You're throwing away our relationship over money? Me? You're the one who made this about money. You ambushed me 5 hours before our wedding. I deserve half of everything. Me? You deserve respect and love, which I've given you. You don't deserve my business that I built before we met. Fine, then it's over. I'm telling my family right now. She hangs up. I call my parents, my brother. Wedding's off. We need to start calling people. My mom starts crying. What happened? I explain the prenup situation. Mom, she did this today? Yeah. Mom, oh honey, you made the right choice. Dad's already on the phone with relatives. Wedding's canceled. Don't go to the venue. My brother's calling the groomsmen. Noon. Her parents come down to the lobby. Her dad is furious. What did you do to our daughter? Me. I refused to sign a prenup, giving her half my business. Her mom. She supported you for 10 years. Me. And I appreciated that, but I'm not giving away my company. Her dad. You're choosing money over family. Me. She's the one who made the ultimatum. Her dad. You're going to regret this. They storm off. Her whole family checks out of the hotel. Meanwhile, I'm trying to reach everyone. Sent an email blast. Wedding canceled. Sincere apologies. Called the venue. They're setting up. Me. We need to cancel. Venue. It's your wedding day. We're fully set up. I understand, but the wedding's not happening. Venue. All sales are final. No refunds. I know. I'm not asking for money back. Just please stop setup and let people know if they arrive. Called the photographer, the band, the florist. Everyone's sympathetic but can't refund. $120,000 gone just like that. 1 p.m. Guests are starting to arrive at the venue anyway. Some didn't get the message in time. My cousin drives 2 hours, shows up at the venue. Finds out it's canceled, drives back. Some of her friends are posting on social media. Can't believe he canceled on her on their wedding day. Chose money over love. Her version is spreading fast. He refused to share assets with his future wife. Humiliated her in front of everyone. My friends who know the truth are pushing back. She tried to extort him hours before the wedding. Presented a new prenup as an ultimatum. Social media becomes a battlefield. Her friends versus my friends arguing about what happened. I stay off it, too devastated to engage. By evening, what should have been our reception. I'm sitting in my hotel room alone. My parents come by. We order room service. Dad, you did the right thing. Me, doesn't feel right. Feels like a disaster. Mom, today's a disaster, but you avoided a lifetime disaster. My brother, if she'd do this before the wedding, imagine what she'd do during a divorce. He's right, but it doesn't help the pain. I loved her or thought I did. 10 years together, and she threw it away over money. Or maybe I did. I don't even know anymore. Next week, the fallout continues. She moves out of our apartment, takes her stuff, leaves the engagement ring on the counter. Won't talk to me. All communication through lawyers. Her lawyer sends a demand letter. Client seeks compensation for emotional distress and reimbursement for wedding expenses paid. She paid for her dress and some decorations, maybe $8,000 total. My lawyer responds. Client declines. All expenses were voluntary. She threatens to sue for promissory estoppel. Legal theory that I promised to marry her. She relied on it. Changed her life plans based on that promise. Her lawyer claims she turned down job opportunities, expecting to be financially supported after marriage. My lawyer, she's been continuously employed. No evidence of any reliance damages. Her lawsuit gets filed anyway. We go to court 3 months later. Judge reads the case, reads the timeline. You presented a new prenup 5 hours before the wedding. Her lawyer, client was asserting her rights. Judge, client was attempting coercion. This case is dismissed completely without merit. She owes my legal fees $15,000. Never pays them. I don't pursue it. Just want to move on. 6 months later, I see on Facebook. She's engaged to someone else. Some finance guy she met at a networking event. Engaged after 4 months of dating. I'm not even surprised. My friends tell me, dodge a bullet. Yeah, but it cost me $120,000 and a lot of pain. Her friends still think I'm the villain. Guy who left his fiancée at the altar. My reputation in certain circles is destroyed. Women I meet ask about it. Aren't you the guy who canceled his wedding? I explain what happened. Some believe me, some don't. Dating is complicated now. Trust is shattered. How do you know someone won't pull the same move? I'm more guarded, more careful. Business is fine, still growing. Hit $8 million revenue this year. Glad I didn't give her half. But the personal cost was high. Really high. Looking back, the signs were there. Last couple years, she changed. Started following these feminist financial influencers. Women deserve 50% of household assets. Your emotional labor has monetary value. Don't marry without financial security. She'd send me articles about women getting screwed in divorces. I'd agree, yeah, protect yourself. Didn't realize she was planning to protect herself from me. The month before the wedding, she got weird about money, asking detailed questions about my business. How much is it worth exactly? What's your annual profit? How much do you have in retirement? I thought she was just getting oriented to our finances. She was calculating her take. Her friends were in her ear too. Make sure you get what you deserve. Don't let him keep everything. One of her friends is divorced, got a huge settlement. She held that up as the model. Sarah got $2 million from her ex. That's what a decade of marriage is worth. I should have seen this coming. But I was in love, planning a wedding. Didn't want to believe she'd turn mercenary. Until she did. 5 hours before the ceremony. While I was maximally trapped. When saying no meant maximum humiliation. That's when she made her move. Calculated, cold, deliberate. That wasn't love. That was a business negotiation. And I said no. Today, 2 years later, I'm still single, still running my business. Did $10 million revenue this year, growing steadily. Built a new house, 5 bedrooms, custom everything. Live there alone, which is fine. Got a dog, German Shepherd named Rex. He's loyal, doesn't care about my bank account. See my family regularly. They supported me through everything. My brother jokes, best $120,000 you ever spent. Bought yourself freedom. Maybe he's right. That wedding would have been the most expensive mistake of my life. Not the $120,000 in venue costs. The $4 million I'd have lost in the inevitable divorce. Because we would have divorced. A marriage that starts with extortion doesn't end well. She showed me exactly who she was. 5 hours before I would have legally bound myself to her. And I listened. Walked away from the wedding. Kept my business. Lost the relationship. But kept my self-respect. Feminist Fiancée demanded legal control of my assets. Before the wedding guests arrived, I said no. Canceled everything. Lost $120,000. Lost her. Lost some friends. But kept the business I spent 15 years building. And kept my freedom. From someone who saw me as an ATM. Not a partner. That's what I learned. Some people love you. Some people love what you have. And when it's the second one, they'll show you. Eventually, she showed me with 5 hours to spare. Could have been worse. Could have shown me 5 years into marriage. With kids, with joint assets, with no escape. Instead, she showed me in a hotel lobby. On what should have been the happiest day. Turned into the worst day. But also the day I saved myself. From a lifetime of that. I ran into her about a year after everything happened. Total accident at a coffee shop downtown. She's there with her new fiancé, the finance guy. See me, her face goes white. I just nod, keep walking to get my coffee. She follows me outside. Can we talk for a minute? Me? I don't think that's a good idea. Her, please, I need to say something. Her fiancé is inside, watching through the window. I agree, we step aside. Her, I'm sorry about how everything went down. Me? Okay. Her, I was scared my friends were in my ear, telling me I needed to protect myself. Me? By ambushing me 5 hours before our wedding? Her, I know the timing was bad. Me? The timing? That's what you think the problem was. Her, I just wanted financial security. Me? You had financial security. You had a career. What you wanted was my business. She looks down. I thought I deserved it. I was there for 10 years. Me? Being there isn't the same as building it. I worked 80-hour weeks. You work your 9 to 5. Those aren't equivalent contributions. Her, I supported you emotionally. Me? And I appreciated that genuinely. But emotional support doesn't entitle you to 50% equity. She's quiet for a moment. Then, do you ever think about what could have been? Me? Every day for the first 6 months. Now? Not really. Her, I heard your business is doing well. It is. Her, are you happy? Me? I'm content, building something, moving forward. You? Her, yeah, I'm good, getting married next spring. Me? I saw congratulations. Her, He's a good guy, makes good money. That last part, makes good money, tells me everything I need to know. Still evaluating partners by bank account. Me? I hope it works out for you. Did you ever think about reaching out? After everything's settled down? No. Really? Never. Me. You showed me exactly who you were. When you handed me that prenup in the hotel lobby, I believed you. She tears up a little. I made a mistake. Me. Yeah, you did. So did I. Not seeing it sooner. Her fiancé comes outside. Everything okay? Yeah, we're done here. She walks away with him. I watch them go. Feel nothing. No anger. No sadness. Just relief that I'm not him. Wonder if she'll do the same thing to him. Probably. My business partner, guy named Tom, he's 52. Been working with him for 5 years. He knows the whole story. We're having lunch a few months after that coffee shop encounter. Tom, you still think about her? Me, not really moved on. Tom, you know what you did, right? Me, canceled a wedding and humiliated myself. Tom, no, you stood up for yourself. Most guys in your position would have signed. The pressure, the timing, the public embarrassment risk. Most would have caved. Me, felt like the only choice. Tom, it was the only choice. But most people don't have the guts to make it. He tells me about his own divorce. Married young, wife didn't work. Divorced after 15 years. Lost half of everything he'd built. Tom, cost me $3 million and half my business. Know what the difference between you and me is? Me what? Tom, I didn't see it coming, you did. She showed you before the marriage. Mine waited until after. Me, that doesn't make me feel better. Tom, it should. You saved yourself. I'm still paying alimony, $8,000 a month. Will be until I'm 65. Me, Jesus. Tom, you dodged that bullet. Embrace it. He's right, but it took me a long time to see it that way. My mom brings it up sometimes. She loved my ex, was excited about the wedding. Mom, do you think you'll ever get married? Me, maybe if I find the right person. Mom, how will you know they're right? Me, they won't try to extort me 5 hours before the wedding. Mom laughs. Fair standard. But seriously, I don't know. The trust is broken, not with one person, with the whole concept. How do you know someone loves you versus loves what you've built? How do you separate genuine partnership from financial opportunism? I don't have answers. So I stay single, focus on work. Date casually, nothing serious. Women I meet, I tell them the story eventually. Watch how they react. Some are sympathetic. She sounds terrible. Others get defensive. Well, she had a point about contribution. The defensive ones I don't see again. If you think she had a point, you'll probably do the same thing. Not taking that risk. One of my cousins got married last year. I'm at the wedding, watching the ceremony. Bride and groom exchanging vows. For richer or poorer. I'm thinking, yeah, until the prenup negotiation. Then it's all about richer. Cynical, I know, but that's where I am now. My cousin's wife seems genuine. She's a doctor, makes more than he does. No financial motivation to marry him. That's what gives me hope. Not that love exists, but that equal partnerships exist, where neither person is the prize, and neither is the consultee. They're just two people building something together, not one person trying to claim what the other built alone. Sometimes I drive past the venue where the wedding was supposed to happen. Beautiful property, rolling hills, vineyards. $120,000 for one day that I never got. Could be bitter about it. Could see it as wasted money. But my accountant put it in perspective. Accountant, you spent $120,000 on insurance. Insurance that showed you who she really was. Before you gave her access to $8 million. Me, that's an expensive insurance premium. Accountant, cheaper than the alternative. He's right. That $120,000 bought me information. Information that saved me millions. Still stings, though. Not the money, the humiliation. The family members who flew across the country. The friends who took time off work. The couple who flew in from London. All for nothing. I sent personal apology notes to everyone. Explained what happened. Took responsibility for the chaos. Most people were understanding. A few weren't, stopped talking to me. Her family definitely stopped talking to me. Her dad sent me an email 6 months later. You destroyed my daughter's happiness. I didn't respond. What would I say? She tried to rob me? Wouldn't change his mind. Parents always side with their kids, even when their kids are wrong. Last month, I hired a new project manager. Woman, 34, really sharp. Been in construction for 8 years. We're having coffee, talking about the business. She knows who I am. The story's out there. She brings it up. Can I ask about the wedding thing? Me? Sure. Her. Do you regret it? Me. Canceling? Her. Me. No. I regret not seeing it sooner. Regret wasting 10 years. Her. You think the whole relationship was a waste? Me. Not all of it. The early years were real. But the last couple of years, she changed. Or maybe I just finally saw who she always was. Her. My ex-husband tried something similar. Not a prenup, but during the divorce. Wanted half my business that I'd built before we met. Me, what happened? Her. Fought him in court for 2 years. Cost me $80,000 in legal fees. But I kept my business. Me? Worth it. Her. Every penny. Because if I'd given him half, he'd still be controlling my life. That's when I realized this isn't just about money. It's about control, about independence, about not letting someone take what you built with your own hands. She gets it because she's been there. Most people haven't. Most people think I'm greedy for not sharing with someone I loved. But they don't understand. It wasn't about sharing. It was about being extorted. There's a difference. 2 years out now. I'm okay. Business is growing. Life is stable. Still single, but that's all right. Got my freedom, got my business. Got my self-respect. The $120,000 still stings sometimes. Not because of the money, but because of what it represents. A day that should have been the best turned into the worst. A relationship that should have been forever revealed to be a transaction. But I'd rather know than spend years in a marriage with someone who saw me as a bank account. Would have figured it out eventually. In the divorce, in the arguments, in the constant financial negotiations. Better to know before I signed the contract. Before I gave her legal claim to everything. She did me a favor, really. Showing her hand too early. If she'd waited, played it smarter. Signed the original prenup, acted patient. Then pulled this move 5 years in. With kids, with assets intertwined. Would have been so much worse. Instead, she got greedy. Couldn't wait. Had to make her move. On the wedding day. And I called her bluff. Lost the wedding, kept everything else. Feminist fiancé demanded legal control. Before the wedding guests arrived. I said no, walked away. Best decision I ever made. Even though it hurt like hell. Even though I lost $120,000. Even though my reputation took a hit. I'm free. And she's someone else's problem now. Poor bastard.